So I'm calling this meeting of the Wellness and Disability Equity Alliance together. Thank you, everybody, for joining us as we kick off the weekend. We are making sure that people with disabilities are connected to behavioral health services and also asking this community, what can the county do to be more accessible, more friendly, more warm and welcoming? And we have a lot of cool stuff that we're going to get into today. The first thing I want to do, though, is get to our land acknowledgement, which I'm going to share so we can all see this. Land acknowledgement. Riverside University Health System Behavioral Health acknowledges the traditional, ancestral, and contemporary homelands of the indigenous peoples of Southern California, whose land it occupies. The Cahuilla, Cupeño, Luceño, Serrano, Chemehuevis people and their ancestors have been here since time immemorial, caring for the land with great integrity. The first peoples honored the earth, animal, and plant beings, the water, and all peoples that lived here. We acknowledge this reciprocal relationship and intend to continue and extend the values of caring and emotional wellness to all Indigenous peoples, Native Americans, and residents of Riverside County. RUHSBH creates relationships built on trust and accountability with its community members. With this land acknowledgement, Riverside University Health System Behavioral Health commits to be respectful to and mindful of tribal sovereignty, culture, and beliefs of the indigenous peoples of this land. We like to make this a safe space. We don't judge people for their diverse opinions and beliefs. We take care of our needs because self care is a sustainability practice. And we want to accommodate you. We have ASL here today. We have captions are available for you. And if you have an accessibility need, be sure and let us know what it is. And the agency spotlight. So there's something called the TRIP program. That stands for Transportation Reimbursement and Information Project, TRIP. With us to talk about the TRIP program, here is Independent Living Partnership Chief Operating Officer, Yvette Woolidge. Yvette.
Thank you. So the mission statement of Independent Living Partnership is to ensure the independence and dignity of persons with disabilities, their families, caregiver, and through education, access to empowering services and resources. Our purpose is to advocate for and help people lead more satisfying and rewarding lives, often in spite of significant health and mobility challenges, to access just everything that we need, social services, connect with the community, and have resources for them. Prior to ILP becoming a nonprofit, just a few people got together and they were trying to figure out how can we help. And that was in 1990. In 1991, it became officially a nonprofit. And it started to get together in the Coachella Valley with individual seniors who needed transportation. And after all focus groups and meetings, they arrived to the TRIP program. And so since then, the TRIP program has been of service. So TRIP stands for Transportation Reimbursement and Information Project. So TRIP is a rider-centered volunteer driver program, which provides mileage reimbursements. And the goal is to build relationships with the rider and the driver. So back when they were doing focus groups, they asked people, what do you need in a transportation service? And some of the things they said is they want to be picked up at home without having to wait outside for someone to pick them up, be in a vehicle, not in a bus or van. They wanted the rides to be free. And they wanted to make sure the trip was available when it was convenient for them and for someone to be with them at their destination, shopping, medical appointment. Also, it was in the Coachella Valley, so the weather was an issue. So, you know, when it's really hot, it's just not safe to be outside waiting for transportation. So as of now, we provide about 35 million miles of volunteer assisted transportation. And so a lot of people don't know about us. I don't know how many of you even heard about the program. And we serve the entire Riverside County. So anyone qualifies who is not able to drive who cannot use public transportation. So either for local trips, maybe they can use the bus, but for longer destinations, it's not available. Or they don't have any family support to assist because of work or just no vehicle available. In order to apply for the TRIP program, we do partner with the Riverside County Office on Aging. A referral is completed with the county, and what we want is to make sure that individual talks to the help link department, knows and finds out about other services, not just transportation, but any other services in the county that might need. I've listed the phone numbers there where you can reach the help link department. Once the referral is completed, we do receive it in the TRIP office. Our trip application is completed over the phone with the individual that needs the transportation or with someone that is assisting that individual. We want to know what their transportation needs are, where they have to go, how often. And then that individual gets the opportunity to receive the application, review it, and submit any other comments, corrections that might feel they need on the application. Once the application is completed, it gets approved for the monthly mileage allowance. So that monthly mileage allowance is for the rider to use. The purposes can be for any purpose, so it can be for anything, just going to church, going to the movies, going to a doctor appointment, just for any purpose, depending on the needs. Some are just medical. Most of the time, I would say it's for any purpose because nobody wants to be going to just the doctor. We have more things to do and we don't want to be at the doctor's office all the time. Once the individual's approved, they get their mileage on a monthly basis and they submit reimbursement to us monthly, and when return, send a check for the person who receives that transportation to pay the individual who provides the rides. So we don't provide the actual vehicle and the driver. We want the rider to be empowered to reach out to a neighbor, a friend, caregiver, and for them to feel they're contributing and not feel like they're asking for a favor all the time for transportation. So they have something in return to give to the person who's volunteering to taking them where they need to go. So that's the goal of the TRIP program, so that we don't stay isolated and they reach out and they do things and, get them talking to friends and neighbors. And just some performance from last year, fiscal year, we served 743 riders countywide and provided 43,636 one-way trips. So about 293 trips a day. And from surveys we've conducted this last year, 60% said they're receiving a service from a volunteer driver they selected themselves. They just felt like they trusted that person, they felt safe, and they just felt comfortable going to wherever they needed to go. And the other side, a lot of our clients, they do let us know how they don't feel safe or well enough, mobile enough to use public transportation. Especially when they arrive to the destination and from there they still have a journey at a medical office or even at the store. So they appreciate having someone who they trust, who they selected to be with them for the transportation, the duration of the trip. And this is some of the quotes of some of our writers that they've given us. I really like the one in bold that says, "Thank you. This program has made a huge change for my betterment of my life. Bottom line, you have helped my depression by being able to feel important again." So that's what we want to achieve. We want to make sure the rider feels empowered and they're going out and they're doing things and they're just not isolated at home and they feel secure with their volunteer driver to go out and do what they have to do. And that was my short presentation. I'll be happy to take some questions. I'm sure there's a lot of questions, but I'm happy to answer any of them.
Thank you so much, Yvette, what I love about the program is that you get a trusted person, to take you around. And thank you so much. So, Natalie, you have a question.
First off, thank you for this. This is amazing because even though myself, I'm blessed enough to drive, there are a lot of people in my community who are unable to drive and really have limited support, which can prevent them from going to the doctor or even basic necessities as getting groceries. So thank you. My question is there a distance limit for people who would take part in this, such as I'll use myself as an example. I go to USC for my care. It's an hour one way for me, which is a big drive for somebody. Would an accommodation like that be made if they have to see a specialist outside of San Bernardino or Riverside County?
Yeah, so we do have typically the maximum monthly allowance is 300 miles. And there is a 50-mile max each way. So for LA area, it's more than 50 miles, or San Diego is more than 50 miles. So there is some limit. We do have a lot of clients that do go to San Diego, UCLA, USC Medical, but the volunteers, they're volunteering. So they do, even though they only get paid the first 50 miles, they're willing to drive the extra 20 on top of that to take them. And it depends for the trip program where, we like to talk to our clients. So it's not, we want to hear what the needs are. So maybe they have to request a special request for a limited time if they have a certain special need, in LA for some medical treatments or things like that. But the general limitations are 300 miles per month and 50 miles each way. And I do want to mention for those in Blythe area, they're unique because they're really far out. So they do have 460 miles per month because they're just way out and far from everything. So
Thank you so much for that.
you're welcome. Thank you.
So I just wanted to clarify. So for myself, from my understanding, under the Office of Aging is where you work, right? For the actual trip program?
No, we partner with the county. We are a nonprofit so the county is a separate agency, it's a county agency, but we do partner with them so that individuals, when they call for our program, they're educated on other services that they're aware. So they just don't get transportation, but they might say, well, you might need home repairs or anything else. They go through that and get other services if needed.
Oh, okay. Got it. So are there staff members who are on the list who are willing to drive? Or like, let's say that I had to ask someone and say, I trust you. Would you be able to do that? And then the money would apply to them?
Yes, so the individual who gets enrolled in the program, it's up to that individual to select who they trust, who they want to drive. So the rider is rider center. So we enroll the rider, and then the rider's kind of empowered to get their own volunteer who they trust.
I understand. And then the mileage is all that's paid for, right?
Correct.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for clarifying.
Thank you, Gloria. And Misty, your hand is up.
Yeah, I just had a question since you brought up Blythe, and all of the specialists you're mentioning are like San Diego or LA County. Would the drivers be able to go into Arizona since some people who receive services in Blythe actually go to specialists over in that state? Would it cover that?
Yes, so the only requirement is that the individual lives in Riverside County and the trip either ends or starts in Riverside County. So they can go out. Some people do see doctors in Parker, Arizona. So that's okay because they're Riverside County residents.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yvette. Joseph.
Okay, so my question is, how do you sign up for the trip program?
Yes, so to call, you have to complete a referral with the Riverside County Office on Aging.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. Any other questions for Yvette? Yvette, thank you so much for coming in. You know, I was down at one of the senior centers, Yoruba or something, and she happened to be the speaker, and the system, the whole model just blew me away. The idea of trip.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being so clear. And let's see. I want to start with some unfinished business. And this is the multicultural symposium we're putting together that Joseph, who's here, is one of our entertainers. We are doing planning meetings. The next planning meeting is next Thursday at 11. Once again, shoot me an email and we will get that information to you. You're welcome to join us in planning it. We're going to probably do it sometime in April. Before we get to new business, it's time for our trivia question. Get ready. This is multiple choice, and it's all in honor of February, American Heart Month, celebrating and bringing awareness about heart conditions in America. So let's test your memory on health class in fourth grade. How much blood does your heart pump every minute? And you can put the answer in the chat, or you can say it on your microphone. The idea of the the guesses are 1.5 gallons per minute, 2 pints, 2.5 quarts, or 3.5 gallons. How much blood does your Rachel Led does it. What was that?
D.
And you said B or D? Nope, those are both wrong. All right. Oh, okay, I see. Itza, you got it. It is 1.5 gallons per minute. Congratulations, Itza. Am I saying your name right?
You are. In all honesty, I just guessed.
That's fine. That's fine. And that's what multiple choice is for guessing. All right. When you get a minute, Itza, would you put my or put your email into the chat so I can get you $20 gift card to Starbucks?
Oh, absolutely. Thanks.
You are welcome. So little thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for making guesses. All right. So I want to introduce to you the wraparound case manager of Our Path Foundation, the executive director today. She's here to tell you about the All Abilities Walk coming March 29th. So you take it away, Annette.
Hi, everybody. As you're aware, my name is Annette. I am the executive director, and I am one of the case carriers for our wraparound services. We host an ability walk where we bring awareness to all disabilities, whether it's mental health, behavioral health, or any other disabilities you want to identify with. We are on our third anniversary. We are expected, we have already registered 295 individuals on Eventbrite. We had to open up another registration because we had families contacting us that they couldn't register. The event brings together families of all ages. We give out medals. It's a 2K walk. It's in an enclosed location. So if you do have families or individuals that are elopers, once you come into the facility, they can't get out of the facility without the parent participating with them. They're able to explore the facility. We have a green pad where there are bouncers, activities, sensory tables when they're overwhelmed. We have raffles. We do giveaways. This year, it's a new bottle that was glass plastic bottle that was pellets that were donated. So our team is actually right now working on putting our designs on them so that we can give those out to participants. We have resources from all over the county that are coming out, and we want to share that information. We are also asking for sponsorship assistance due to we just went to a nonprofit officially last year. So a lot of the funding that we do is what we raise, or it's donated out of our family's pockets. But we do the awareness. We hold parent trainings. We hold social skills twice a month in the city of Fontana. We do trainings in Riverside County. We have we service the whole Inland Empire. So we have families in Hesperia, we have families in Indio, we have families in Temecula. Our peer support groups either go to the home once a month to meet with the families to help take them by the hand with services, especially if they're new to special needs. Individuals are new to this area and families don't know where to turn. We help with in-home support services, Medi-Cal, Regional Center. If they're qualified, we find those services for them. And if they're having difficulties with their insurance company, we advocate for them in that area, including we are special advocates for IEPs and 504s.
Annette is here to ask about a sponsorship. And can you see the screen? Do I have the right ones up there, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have these 4 levels, $500, $750, $1,000, and $1,200. And we don't spend money in this organization without checking with you first. So I'm going to launch this poll, and you can vote if, after hearing Annette talk about our past foundation and this upcoming event, would you like to sponsor? And if so, at what level? And Misty and I discussed it. We like the silver level a lot, but it's up to you. It's up to all y'all. And it is the 2-part question then. So yes or no. And then even if you vote no, go ahead and let us know what level, just in case. Oh, great. Thank you, Annette. She says, so you are accepting vendors then? And yeah,
Yes.
I went last year, had a good time. I brought my dog. And
Yes, you did. And you were a top notch. Everybody wanted your dog.
and it was just a very light sprinkle. It was very pleasant. Okay, thank you, Tana, for putting that in. All right, so if there are no objections, I'm going to go ahead and close the poll. And let's share the results. All right, looks like we've got a strong yes, and the amount is $750. Okay. So we're good to go, Annette. I will get with you afterwards so that we can get that started.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, wonderful. All right. The author and president founder of the Defeating Epilepsy Foundation is here to talk about their upcoming Neurodiversity Disability Workplace Summit, April 10th. So, Natalie, boom, why don't you jump back in?
Thank you so much, everyone. So April 10th, 2025, we will be having an event to educate businesses in the area about the benefits of hiring individuals with disabilities. And so to advocate for people here in the area, we will be having a panel of adults with disabilities who many sadly, they fall through the cracks. They don't qualify for SSDI, but at the same time, companies look at them as a liability. So my goal in doing this is I want to long-term, because this isn't going to be a one-year thing. This is going to become an annual event. My goal is to remove the liability label off of individuals with disabilities and replace it with the word opportunity. Because I feel now in the 21st century, there is no excuse for the stigmas and misconceptions of people who have disabilities. So as another part of our event, we will be giving presentations on the importance of mental health and the impact of people with disabilities being isolated from the community, not having the financial needs to survive, just the negative impact it has on so many being underemployed and unemployed and what the consequences could be. We will be having presentations based on the EEOC, the rights of people, free training, what could happen if you file a complaint, tax incentives from the SBA and from the federal government, the Ticket to Work program, the employability program from DOC, as well as website accessibility, how to, in an affordable way, bring your things in your businesses up to ADA standards to prevent a complaint. And we're going to conclude with a couple businesses who have already been working with the SCDD Business Roundtable to share their success and how they've been able to bring people with different disabilities as well as neurodivergent conditions in and help change and increase the quality of life for the people who are working with them. So my long-term goal is this. We're going to have the event. We're going to collect surveys. My goal is the people who are attending, we connect them to Patricia Herrera. We get them more involved with the business roundtable. We educate and train them, get them trained for autism certification, neurodiversity, disability certification, and get them hiring people. Because the biggest thing I always hear from people is, well, I can't afford this. Well, there are grants out there. There are programs out there. There's free training out there. So I'm at the point in life, I will not take an excuse from business owners anymore. And even my own personal experience after coming out here in Rancho Cucamonga, the biggest thing I had to hear was, you come off as so smart, but I'd never hire you. And I'd be like, okay, thank you for the honesty. And the excuse I would get is, would I get hurt and they'd be liable for medical bills? I'd frighten clients away. And I've said to so many, I'm like, you know what? 30 years ago, I could have forgiven that attitude. I can't anymore. Let's say I had an administrative role. I can work from home. I can send my assignments in Dropbox. We can meet on Zoom. You don't even have to have me there. But you give somebody who's been told no 100 times that yes, and you're giving them the opportunity to take your business to the next level, because studies have shown that individuals who have disabilities who finally get that yes, they're more loyal, turnover decreases, and they just want to go up and beyond and look at the employer who gave them the chance as a mentor so they can grow. So my goal is I want to make this an annual event. Every year, bring more businesses in, bring more resources in, and we start removing the stigma off of people here in the community and start taking things to the next level. Create a win-win situation for the disability community and our small businesses and larger businesses here. Because with the cost of LA, everyone's shifting out here, and we have the opportunity to take it to the next level and let other people in the bigger counties like LA, Orange, turn to us and go, wow, what happened? We never expected to see something like this. Let's take an opportunity and make the Inland Empire shine.
In a lot of ways, Riverside County is setting the standard for best practices in this realm. So absolutely. These are the levels of the sponsorships. And just so I'm clear, Natalie, this is mostly for businesses. This is not necessarily disabled people, right? Just for businesses that should be hiring.
Businesses who should be hiring. I'm also going to be having the school districts coming out who have the programs for helping students get into what's the word I'm looking, vocational programs in college. I'm having Ariel help me bring out the workforce development, Department of Labor, other people. So I want the businesses to see there are tons of resources. I mean, the big frustration I've heard from businesses is I don't know where to start. So I want this to be a resource where it's like, all right, we're showing you where to start. This is the time to ask questions. This is the time to collaborate so we can learn from this.
There are two things about businesses and disability. One is they think that accommodations is expensive and inconvenient, and studies show half of all accommodations are zero. It's a matter of moving a piece of furniture or something. And then the other half, I think it's averaged less than $300. Then the second thing I want to tell you is that when you hire a disabled person into your business, they educate all the employees. And so all the rest of your employees, without even trying, become more culturally competent. So
Yes.
it's a win-win-win.
Yes.
Are there any questions for Natalie before we move forward with the poll? Okay, there it goes. Take your vote. I almost fell off my chair, excuse me. We're recommending the $750 to $1,500 amount, but as a member of the Wade Alliance, and if you're here, you're a member, we want you to express how you really feel about this. You get your own opinion. Yvette has to leave. Thank you, Yvette. It was so great to see you. Appreciate it. And I'm going to share the results. Let's see what we got here. Yes, so it's a strong yes. And the amount that came out ahead is the 750. Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
We're just giving away the money right and left. You're welcome. Thank you for sharing. And for what you're doing is great work. And then now we're going to talk about CCRD, fancy letters. That stands for Cultural Competence Reducing Disparities. And this is The group that I belong to in my work, it's RUHSBH, and it's the Cultural Competence Department. We have meetings each month, and you're invited. So these are our values: inclusion, respect, community collaboration, access, safety. And the next meeting is coming up next
Yes, February 11th.
February
Tuesday,
11th.
February 11th.
There it is, yes. And as always, we have a ASL interpreter on staff there. Since it is Black History Month, the topic is going to be celebrating Black women in the military. So if you'd like to get an invitation to the CCRD meeting, it's at 9 a.m. to about 10:30 next Tuesday. And then you can get on all the invitation lists. Misty, why don't you jump in and talk about this brand new project?
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can talk about that.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I had too many screens open. So on February 20th in the Western region of Riverside, actually at our Ruston campus, we are starting a new collaborative meeting where we are inviting community-based organizations and providers all to meet in one location, and get to know each other and the services that we provide so that we can better support our communities. Because a lot of times there's some really great organizations and services available to the community, and we don't know about them because we can't all know everything about everything. So we're starting that on February 20th. It will be the third Thursday of every month, and it will be from 2 to 3:30, and then we'll have time afterwards to network. And each month there will be an agency spotlight. So we are looking for organizations and programs that would like to do a short presentation, similar to what you saw here today, each month, and it will be a different organization. So if you're interested in getting that information, I can make sure that that gets sent out to all of you. And we're really looking forward to building more support so we can strengthen our communities and help them heal.
And that's also, it's on the shared drive also. So we'll give that link in a minute. If you would like to upload your flyers yourself to our shared drive, more than welcome to. I do have another poll. Before we get to community announcements, we want to find out if we're going to meet in person or virtually again next month. Poll has been launched. Would you like to meet in person or online? We met in person in December and had such a great time that there's been a little more interest, but we do understand disability often ends up being a barrier to transportation. Although we got a solution for that now, thanks to Yvette. Okay, votes are coming in. 5 more seconds. Oh, there's a second part to this. If you do want to meet in person, which portion of the county? And 5, 4, 3. Oh, good. And we are getting brochures sent into the chat, which is awesome. All right, I'm going to end the poll. And it looks like we're meeting on Zoom again next month. So good to get that squared away. Thank you so much for everybody's participation. And now we can do the roundtable. Do you or your organization have something that you would like to share with the rest of us? What's going on? Oh, Alyssa. Yes. I see your hand.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alyssa Nieto with United Cerebral Palsy of the Inland Empire. I just wanted to highlight one of the programs that we have and an upcoming event that we're having this weekend, which is our adaptive bike program that we have for individuals who have a disability that limits their mobility. These bikes are awarded at random. We fundraised the previous year to select how many bikes we are going to award for the next year. The bikes can cost between $3,000 to $5,000. And again, we completely cover those costs with all the fundraising efforts that we do. It's an adaptive bike, again, for individuals who have a disability where they have a mobility factor. The bike is curated to their exact fit. So there's a measurement process, things like that to make sure that they are able to use it. this weekend we participate in Tour de Palm Springs. We have what's called we have a team there called Team Freedom. And so all we ask for the participants who won the bike is to join us in a mile long bikeathon, I guess you would call it, where you would ride the bike, your family can walk right alongside you, and it's just a lot of fun to kind of just go out there and actually put their bike to use. It is a fundraiser for us, so if any of you or happen to be out there in downtown Palm Springs, you can stop by. We also have on our website and on our social media where you can take pledges on our team to donate money. So if anyone is interested in that, everything goes back to, again, our adopted bike program. So we can definitely, create some more bikes as well. So I will put a flyer in the chat of the adopted bike. If you guys know of any families, there's a QR code where they would apply on the website. They do an application, and again, they get selected at random.
Thank you, Alyssa. Appreciate it. Rachel.
I just wanted to give an announcement to save the day. I know May is coming very closely, and we're hiring all these wonderful events in Mid-County, Desert, and Western. But I also wanted to announce that Children's Services with the Riverside University Health Systems, Behavioral Health, we have a mental health awareness day event for children's mental health. We actually have that here in Riverside at our Myers Children Complex. That is actually going to be on May 22nd. So I will be having hopefully a flyer soon. And I would like to invite as many vendors to come out and share resources for families who have children and age youth with mental health challenges or other unique abilities. So just to put that out there and into the universe. So
thank you for that heads up, Rachel. That's May 22nd, children, and then Tay, which is age 16 to 25. You're not okay, I got it right. All right, thank you so much, Rachel. Itza.
So I'm Itza with Temecula School District. I just wanted to invite everybody, whether you wanted to attend or be a vendor. Temecula School District hosts a resource fair annually at our district office for special education, our families, the communities, to come out and just obtain the various resources that are available for them. Marietta School District also does the same. So this year, we went ahead and joined forces, and we've been so blessed to have MSJC in Temecula host the event. So it will be hosted there. It's going to be April 16th in the evening. I am more than happy to send everyone a flyer or a vendor registration if you're interested in that. And I can put my email address in the chat again.
Awesome. And that was April 16th in the evening. You teamed up with Marietta. I want to get ahead of Nancy on this. February 28th is Rare Disease Awareness Day, and the zebra is the mascot. Show your stripes, wear your stripes. I don't think I ever shared your Halloween costume. We did the autism. I think I actually did. And she had the zebra outfit, the zebra ears, and we put the zebra tail on the back of her wheelchair. People got a kick out of that. So that's February 28th. I do want to mention the Commissions on Disability for the City of Riverside meets, it's like the last Thursday of the month, I think. Here it is. Meets at 5:30 p.m. and set to 7, third Thursday of every month. And then, so for flyers, if you would like to upload your flyers yourself and skip the middleman or woman, and the upload your docs link is in the chat, so you can do that yourself. And with that, we can adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We got a lot of information and got to pass on a lot of information today.